So sometimes you have to improvise when you are a working mom and do things out of order. So we're outside because it's a nice day outside, and I use this time to think about what we're going to do for the next week as far as meal planning and what I need to buy. While we're outside with the kids, I'm able to sit down and kind of think that out and write it out as they're playing. So prior to coming outside, I kind of knew what we already had in the refrigerator as far as meal staples. And so I knew we already had some chicken meatballs, some chicken apple sausage from Costco, some Polish sausages, some carnitas that I can make, and some chili verde that I can make. So from that, I knew that, okay, those are some dinner and meal recipes. Oh, and I have some hamburgers, beef patties as well. So from that, I knew that I can make a pretty good meal plan from that. So what I decided I needed is some chicken, some bell peppers, onions, zucchini, some squash, purple sweet potatoes, and regular sweet potatoes. I'm gonna get some baby reds. I like the mixed bag variety of baby potatoes, some cucumbers, some black olives, and some chickpeas. I like using those in salads. Strawberries, tomatoes. I got some watermelon for the kids, lettuce, and some tortillas. So this is what I'm planning on making. So if you can see, we have our meal plan for this week. And it starts on Sunday, which is today. So this morning I already made eggs, bacon, and potatoes. And then for lunch we'll probably have some Polish sausage salads. And then tonight I'm going to make chicken veggie squash. For breakfasts next week we'll do cereal, eggs and sweet potatoes. And then for lunches we'll do some chicken apple sausages, hamburgers, and sweet potato fries, and then chicken salads. And for dinners we'll do carnitas tacos, chicken meatballs with spaghetti squash, and chili verde peppers with bell peppers. And then if you see, I haven't completed Thursday or Friday or Saturday, and so I try to do only a few days at a time. That way I'm not buying a whole bunch of produce and then letting it just kind of sit. It's easier to meal prep that way for me. So I try not to meal prep the entire week all at once, just because I've had, produce in the past that either things happened and we don't eat, or it just goes bad. So I try to do maybe 3 to 4 days at a time. And then probably on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, I will start filling out the rest of the weeks. And also we have Father's Day weekend this weekend. And so we'll see what we're doing on there. So to start, what I'm gonna do is look at my list, and then I separated my list based on where I want to shop for those foods. So I have most of my fruits and vegetables coming from Sprouts. I like going there just because I feel like I get better quality produce from there. And then all the other items that are everything else, I'll just get from Walmart. And then I do have a lot of items from Costco that we recently picked up. And we picked up some chicken from the meat market today. So once we pick all of this up, we will go ahead and start meal prepping. Okay, so we're back from the grocery store, and I have everything set out on the counter. I'll walk you through everything that we bought for our meal plans for this week, and then we'll get to prepping. Okay, so we'll start out with the pantry items. I'll start out with the freezer so I can put this in the freezer. So I like to get these tortillas. They're a bit expensive, so I think I'm gonna try to make a whole batch on my own. I found there's tons of recipes for almond tortillas, but these are quick and easy, so I use these when I'm in a bind and I don't have time to make them. And then at Costco, I got a box of these That's It bars, and they come 3 flavors in a box. There's apple blueberry, apple strawberries, and apple mango. And I originally got these for my kids, thinking that they would eat them as like fruit roll-up replacements, but they won't eat them. I do like them though. They're really good. The ingredients are pretty simple, and I think that's why they're called That's It. It's apples and blueberries, apples and strawberries, or apples and mangoes, and well, that's it. And then at Walmart, I did pick up some apple pie bars. Typically they're always out of stock of these ones. But these are a good one that's Whole30 compliant. So I like to have a large stack of these, and then I'll get the smaller boxes of some of the other ones that aren't Whole30 compliant, just for whenever I'm needing like an extra treat. But I really like these ones. And I'll show you the ingredients. There is dates, almonds, apples, walnuts, raisins, and cinnamon. So pretty good. At Costco, I had to pick up some more mayo for, I typically just use this for a ranch dressing mix actually, but I want to do some tuna salads with this sometime. Either I'll probably do it next week or later this week. And then I got a couple cans of coconut milk because I'm also planning on doing a chicken Alfredo with some zucchini squash. And so I got that for the cheese mix. And then organic large olives. I got these two from Costco because I always love adding garbanzo beans into my salads. And now that we're done officially with Whole30, I want to start using certain foods that I did miss, which garbanzo beans are one of them. And then I really like the Rayo's sauce marinara, but Costco, in Costco form, started their own, and it's a little bit cheaper. You get more. It's cheaper by the ounce. You get 3 in a pack, and the ingredients are just about the same. They're pretty good. There we go. Okay, and so I picked this up. So hopefully they'll taste the same. I haven't got this before, so I'll let you know how that goes. And then this is always really good. We like using this to top eggs, salsa. If I make like chicken in the crock pot, I can pour this over it for some chicken tacos. And again, the ingredients are pretty simple. Simple ingredients are in here. At Walmart, I did pick up these. I actually got 2 bags of these just because we were having a taco night a couple times this week. And nice, clean ingredients. And then we get these for the breakfast. We do like cereal in the morning. And we've tried Magic Spoon or other kind of keto or low carb cereals. And this is by far better than any of those. We also like picking up these Simple Meals almond flour crackers. These are just really good. We stopped getting like the Ritz crackers or the saltines or anything. These are the ingredients. Pretty simple stuff. So I also did get some Silk almond milk because I don't drink regular milk. And so that's kind of pantry staple. Well, okay, milk's not pantry staples, but everything else is kind of pantry staples. So moving on to some of the produce, we got some squash, some zucchinis and cucumbers right here. These are from Sprouts. And then I got these as well. They are the mixed potatoes. So they have the baby purples, baby russets, baby reds, and then just baby yellow potatoes. I really like cooking these in the Instapot and then just pouring some like Kerrygold butter over them is really good. And then of course the purple sweet potato, can't go wrong with these. And then I did get 2 bags of sweet potatoes because we like to eat some sweet potatoes in the morning for toast, and then just sweet potato mash as well. So let's see. So we got the squash. I did get 2 tomatoes. I got a couple cucumbers, all from Sprouts. Onion. This I haven't tried before. It is a honey nut squash. So I'm looking forward to trying that. This is the spaghetti squash that we got that I plan on using for the chicken Alfredo. So we'll see how that goes. Watermelon for the kids. And then a big bowl of peppers. I have quite a few taco meats that I got this week. We're in some sort of taco mood, I guess. So I have a lot of bell peppers for breakfast, and then lots of strawberries for the snacks for the kids, because you got to have those. Oh, eggs. These Polish sausage. It actually comes 3 to a pack, and we had one of them for lunch today. But these are really good. And again, we get these at Costco. And I've shared these before. We've gotten these since the beginning. They're really good. I'm trying to find the ingredients. Here it is. Wholesome ingredients. And actually, yeah, this one has a Whole30 stamp on it. So you know that those are nice and clean. Chicken apple sausage, another Whole30 staple. We're still continuing to eat a lot of the foods that we found were really good. Well, we actually got these intentionally this time for actual meal planning, but these are great, like, oh shoot, what are we going to do for dinner meals? So they're already pre-cooked. They're pre-seasoned. Really, all you have to do is heat them up, and they take 10 minutes. It really couldn't be any easier. So we got 3 actually at Costco, but we ate one already, and I'll put a picture up. But so we got the barbacoa, the carnitas, and the chili verde. And I'm pretty sure I've talked about the chili verde before because it's so good. The carnitas is good too. And I'll show you the ingredients. So we don't get it often, but it was good, and we were in a mood, I guess. The chili verde, this is clean. I don't think you can get any simpler than that. And what's great about both of these actually is that the barbacoa doesn't make much, and it's almost not worth it to get it. What you get for the price that you pay in the barbacoa, I would rather just make it myself. But these 2 items are great value for the price, I think. And then we got these, are so good. We've already had one. It comes 2 to a pack, and that's what the pack looks like. They're already cooked. You just got to heat them up on the stove. I poured mine in marinara sauce, and I'll show you a picture. And then I ate that alongside with a acorn squash. And let me show you the ingredients here. So delicious. I mean, absolutely delicious. It's better than, your typical Italian meatballs. And then I get chicken from my local butcher. And so I have 5 pounds of chicken right here that I need to separate. And then some pre-made patties from Costco. And then I did wrap this up because I actually went shopping yesterday and just didn't have time to prep yet. But we got some lettuce that I need to wash and repack. So yeah, here it is one more time. We're going to go ahead and prep, not this stuff, but we'll prep all that stuff. So stick around. As I'm putting food away, I also forgot to mention, I get nut pods. These are my coffee creamer, and I cannot drink coffee without this. These are so good. So I get these at Walmart, and they are Whole30 approved. I started drinking these a long time ago, and my husband recently converted back to drinking these, and they're just really good. But they're the cheapest at Walmart that I can find, unless Sprouts is having a sale. Every now and then Sprouts will have a sale that just blows Walmart's price out of the water. But any other time, Walmart's the way to go for these. I'm starting off by separating my chicken, and normally whenever I get my chicken from our local meat market, I always have them package it in separate packages based on the serving of the meals that I'm making. So typically I'll ask them to fillet the breast and then separate them with 4 fillets per package, but I somehow forgot to do that this time. So we are separating them and putting them in bags right now. Now that I have them all separated, I'm going to get most of the air out as possible. And then I'm going to seal it with the chickens as flat as possible, not rolled up in a bowl. And you'll see I'll go back and correct that one because I was just not thinking. But when you lay them flat and freeze them, they defrost so much faster. So I'm able to pull them out in the morning and then have them sit in my sink or some water And by lunchtime, I'm able to marinate it with whatever marinade I feel like making that day, and it's perfectly fine. And the reason I don't marinate them right from the start is because I just don't have that much time during food prep. I'm trying to work on that and build up to it. But it works for me. It's easy. And we pivot a lot. And so I find that if I just wait till that day, I'm more likely to eat. If I have chicken that's already prepped for a specific dish, I might wake up and think, I don't really want to eat that. And I have more of a chance of going and eating out than if I do it plain. I don't know. That's just my logic. Let me know if you're the same or if you prefer to have all your meals planned out ahead of time. So we're going to move on and start washing our produce. You know the drill. I soak them for 10 minutes in a vinegar bath of 3 parts water to 1 part vinegar. And I did find a lovely little wish flower. I don't really know what those are called. I just like to call them wish flowers. And we're winding down from a long weekend holiday. 4th of July just passed. And so I'm just curious, what did you all do for 4th of July? For us, we cooked some crock pot ribs, which turned out really good, and barbecued some skewers, some mashed potatoes, and then just had a lovely evening outside. And when I say evening, we tried to wait until the very evening because it was so hot outside. I think it registered 111 that day. Because of all the dirt that we found at the bottom of the bowl, I always like to over rinse my strawberries and berries. And I'm looking to you for some advice. What do you do? Because here's the thing. I've been on this journey of trying to eat healthier and finding more whole foods and changing my relationship with food. That's why I started this channel. But through that, I've been watching a lot of meal prepping and food prep videos. And if there's one thing that I've learned, it's that everybody does it differently. There's no right or wrong way. Now, yes, there are some staples that everybody follows, and I think we all kind of know those already. But, for example, I'll watch one video and it says to rinse and dry and then keep in a ventilated container. Another video says rinse and dry and keep in an airtight container. And then another video tells me to don't rinse until you're absolutely ready to eat your strawberries or berries. So I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is if you're going through this process or starting this process, don't stress out over the small stuff, all the rules. Don't let them overwhelm you. When I first started, I was overwhelmed by all the rules of having to store and prep all the food and vegetables that you have, but it will work out. I think the most important thing is that you're doing it and you're eating healthy, and we don't need more stress in our life. So, find what works for you and do that. If you're still watching the video, please give me a thumbs up in the comments below. If you've watched my videos before, welcome back. And if you are new to my channel, well, thank you so much for stopping by and allow me to introduce myself. My name is Megan, and I started this channel because I'm on a journey to change my relationship with food. And a byproduct of that is I want to lose weight. I started at 225. And I've been doing pretty good. I started out with Whole30, which is a food elimination diet. And for the most part, I've continued eating the majority of my diet with whole foods. There are some exceptions on some things. I'm not super strict about it, but I'm trying to live by that 80-20 rule. And it's been going very well. I have been the last week and a half plateaued kind of around 212, and so I have started to incorporate intermittent fasting into my plan of losing weight, and that's going pretty good. It wasn't a hard transition for me to do that. I know some people struggle, but I chose to cut out breakfast, and so I eat typically from 12 to 8, and then I fast for the rest of the time. And in the morning times, I go for my walk. I have been walking 1.5 miles to 2 miles, 4 out of 7 days. And then when I get back, I have my coffee, and then I break my fast for lunch around noon, have dinner around 6:30 and 7:30, and then my fast begins at 8 o'clock. So I'll keep you posted and let you know how the fasting works out in next week's video. I'm hoping that I'm able to break my plateau of 212. And here I'm doing cucumbers. I love snacking on cucumbers. I also really enjoy them in my salads. And so I always like to have ready to go cucumbers. And these are one of the tricky ones. I think out of my research, these are one of those standard rules that when you prep cucumbers and you peel them, you need to have them immersed in water. I learned this the hard way. The first time I did this, I hadn't researched how to prep cucumbers yet. And honestly, I think it was just more of my naiveness. I didn't think that anything special needed to be done to them. And so I prepped them, and I prepped a whole bunch of them, probably like 4. And I didn't soak them in water, and they got really dry really fast. So I added a cup of water here, and I actually went back and did more. They need to be completely submerged in water. So fun fact there. Now that we're back on to the strawberries, I wanted to explain how I do my strawberries and what works for me. I like to wash my strawberries in the bath of vinegar. I like to let them air dry for a minute, whatever time I have to do it. I don't stress out about how dry they are before I put them in the container. And then when I'm ready to cut, I cut the tops off, I quarter them, and then I put them in my airtight container with a paper towel on the bottom, and I double side my paper towel. So there's like 2 layers of paper towels beneath there. And I find that that works. My strawberries last for a good week in there. They don't get moldy or soggy. They stay pretty good. And I think that's because I just give them a good clean. And when I do put them in the refrigerator, they're in the crisper. There's low humidity in there. And I really do think that adding the paper towel helps a lot. So if you're new to food prep or meal prep, my one advice would be really just do what works for you, your family, and your kitchen. Because we all live different lives and we're all prepping for different reasons, right? I don't meal prep, I food prep. I don't like to meal prep because I don't want my meals fully ready for me, because that doesn't work for us. Because we'll often wake up one day and say, ugh, I don't want to eat anything that's in here. I want some options with mine. That's just my prerogative. And someone else might want ready-to-go meals in the refrigerator at all times, because that's the season of life that you're in. And depending on what season of life you're in, that's going to play a part of how you meal prep. So many things can determine how you prep. Just take it one day at a time. That's it. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next video.
Be sure to like and subscribe to more videos. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day.